What's up, I'm Kyle with Dirt Bike Channel, and today I want to talk about this Tusk Severe Impact Ultra High Molecular Weight Polyethylene Plastic. It's the skid plate that I just installed on this bike. I bought this on Rocky Mountain ATV, and I think the skid plate is freaking awesome, and especially for the price. I'm a big fan of these UHMW skid plates. The skid plate that came on this bike is this KTM Power Parts one. I would classify this more as plastic. It's still a durable plastic, but this is about 1/4 of an inch thick, whereas these are like 3/8 of an inch thick, or at least they say 3/8 of an inch. This is a very beefy skid plate, and I think this is the only thing that you'd ever need. I think the price point of these things is great. I think, what did I pay? 120 bucks to put that on the bike, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I'll probably roll in some shots of me installing this thing. So I'm finding the trickiest part about this install is the fact that you've got to get this bracket in place, in the exact right place. As you're installing this, you've got this bracket back here, which bolts into these. And then they've got this bracket up on the front, which is a really secure way to do this. The problem is getting this in the exact right place and having it tight, and then putting, sorry for that noise, and then putting that up here and letting these bolts go through here. And I'm finding that I've got this in the wrong spot. So I pulled off my pipe to make this easier to look at, and I'm gonna drop this down just a little bit. Hey, do you like winning dirt bikes? Because if you use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV, you might win that bike. Now hold off until Black Friday, but on Black Friday until the end of the year, if you use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV or buy anything off my website, bam, you're gonna be automatically entered to win this dirt bike. What could be better than that? So use the links for Rocky Mountain ATV anytime you're purchasing anything, and if you want something on my website, like a shirt or something like that, go ahead and do that. And yeah, let's get back to the video. I like the way this mounts. I just needed to get that bracket in the right spot, and it takes just a second to do that. But I put a lot of skid plates on a lot of different bikes, and this thing is as good as they come. Ultimately, I really like how this bolts on here. Bolts right into the frame back here on this side, and then you've got these 3 countersunk screws that are holding the skid plate to its mounting bracket. And then up here on the front, you have that really great mounting bracket in between here, sandwiched back in the frame, if you can see that thing back in there. And then it's bolting on to this. So the tricky part is getting that bracket in the right spot and then tightening that down so that then the bolts here will align along with the bolts in the back. But it's a really beefy skid plate, and the fit and finish of it is great. And I also like that they did something really cool here, which is there's a access point to get to that bolt here. This is the water pump bolt, so you can drain the coolant out of that straight through your skid plate. See that? I've never seen that before, and I think that is freaking cool. So it's very, very sturdy. That thing is not coming off, especially if you use Loctite. And cool thing, they even give you Loctite in the package as it comes. So it comes with the skid plate and all the mounting hardware and Loctite that you would need to put that thing on. If you want to use that link, the link that's right here, that's probably popping up on the screen, use any of my links with Rocky Mountain ATV. If you click on my links, you can buy anything they sell, including that skid plate, and it helps support Dirt Bike Channel. And starting on after Black Friday, those links will get you entered to win this bike. This is a 2025 KTM 300 XCW Factory Edition. I digress. Wait until Black Friday or after here this year in 2025 to get entered to win this bike. But that skid plate is really sick. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to go ride the bike with this skid plate on because I tore my ACL. Yes, this knee was torn at the park about 3 weeks ago. And I've just been getting range of motion back on it and getting it strong and fit and get the swelling back down so that I can go have that reconstructed. 7 years ago, I reconstructed this knee. So it's been good. And this ACL was freaking fantastic, the way that it healed up. So we're gonna try to recreate that on this side too. So I'm not gonna get to ride the bike with this on it, but I have put on enough skid plates to know that freaking thing ain't going anywhere. And it's a really great skid plate. The other best skid plates in the industry are the SXS slide plates, which are more. They're about $185 to put on this bike, so it's about 65 bucks more. Other ones that I've used in the past are the AXP Extreme skid plates. I don't have, Rocky Mountain ATV doesn't sell that one anymore, but I'm pretty sure it was more money than this is as well. So this is a great product at a really good price point. And that's one of the things that Rocky Mountain ATV keeps doing, is giving us good products at a good price point. In the other version of this, and who knows which one I'll put up, I was showing you that one cool thing that they've done is they've manufactured a hole right here through the skid plate. This is covering, protecting your water pump, but they've got a hole here so that you can actually put a, get a socket onto your water pump drain bolt, and that way you can drain the water out, drain your coolant out without having to take the skid plate off, which has always been an annoying thing for me, is when I'm needing to either flush coolant or do something, you know, maybe I'm putting the radiator fan on or something like that, and I need to drain coolant, and I can't drain coolant until I take the skid plate off. And in order to take the skid plate off, often you got to take the pipe off. And in order to take the pipe off, it's easiest if you take the silencer off. So you're taking off silencer, pipe, and then skid plate just to drain your coolant. So Tusk did us a solid and put a hole right here so we don't have to pull that skid plate off in order to just drop the coolant out of the bike. So that's a cool thing. So they've thought of some really cool stuff, and that's because the dudes over at Rocky Mountain ATV are actually riders, R-I-D-E-R-S, not writers. They're riders just like you and I. I know a lot of those guys, and they're actually going out there and ripping on the weekends just like you and I are. And in a lot of cases, they're ripping a lot more than us. And so those guys know what they're talking about, and they know, you know, some of the things that, like, oh, you know what, if we did this, if we built this product, here's the problem with these other products on the market. And so they're bringing some really cool things to us, and it's not gonna break the bank. So that's one of my favorite things. And I just need something durable, and I just need it to last, and I don't wanna break the bank. And that's where a lot of these Tusk racing components come in, and this is another one. This is maybe one of my all-time favorite Tusk racing components, because it does the job. That is as beefy as it needs to be, has coverage in all the places it needs to. I love the way that it installs. They have good instructions, which I'll kind of show you here. All the hardware is included, so that's really great. And you would never need another skid plate on a bike like this. That sucker will stay on as long as you use Loctite and as long as you check your bolts periodically. And yeah, so 2 thumbs up from me, 2 thumbs up, no complaints. And yeah, I really like that one. So please use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV anytime you're purchasing anything. It's the only reason we're still having this conversation. As you can see, I've moved, so I'm in a garage here, just to moving back into the old days where I'm just shooting out of a small space. So back to the truck out of the garage, and here we are working on the bike and doing this. So anyway, with the space heater. But yeah, just getting ready to get surgery on that knee, and then the real pain begins. And yeah, I was playing at the park with the kids. It wasn't even a dirt bike thing. I was literally running, playing tag with the kids, hurdled a slide, and I'm at full speed, full tilt. And as I landed, I've had nightmares of it in the last 3 weeks, but it popped it immediately. I knew it was popped. I knew the ACLs, because I did this side 7 years ago, and I knew this thing was popped before I even crumpled and hit the ground. That sucked. But anyway, getting that thing ready to go. So the content's gonna be a little different over the next 6 months, because they won't let you ride after, you know, last time it was 6 months off the bike. So I won't get to ride until May at the earliest. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Buy the skid plate, it's good. I really like it. Here are the instructions for it. And until next time, lead a single track. Thanks.